And believe it or not, there was another expert who said he didn't find anything wrong with these books.
Wow.
No kidding. At the civil trial, there was. So the judge actually heard evidence from me demonstrating, okay, here's the microscope. I mean, live in court. Here's the microscope. Here's the photograph showing the pen went through the convexity or the bump, or it didn't, that sort of thing. Here's what the chemical makeup of the ink looks like. So when you analyze the ink to compare it to a library of inks, you first do it on a low resolution plate and you get a series of possible matches. So it could be these 17 different inks. And then you do it on a high resolution plate. And it's a glass plate with a thin silica gel coating on it. And you actually spot the inks on the bottom and you put it in a chamber. And then there's a liquid. It's called a mobile phase solvent. And it moves up the plate. Kind of like the old Bounty commercials where the spill would move up the paper towel. So it moves up this silica gel and it separates the dyes of the ink and even different bands in the same dye. And you can then compare and say, okay, it matches out of the 8,000 inks I have or the 6,000 inks I have. It only matches this ink or only matches that, and it's different than these other ones. So the judge actually had the glass plates, and he looked at it in a trial and said, yeah, I agree with what Eric said and this other guy. The guy said that had a gray spot in one of the samples, and then it disappeared before he got to trial, and then it had come back or something, just crazy explanations. And the judge was like, no, it's the ink that didn't exist yet. I'm certain of it. And then same for all these other things. So I was able to show all these different demonstrations, and the judge actually saw the evidence presented in front of him over a 2-day period and came to these findings that it was forged.